How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Now, let's break down Northampton Saints versus Exeter Chiefs, because what a season Saints are ended up having. Well, at least the second half of the season, because yes, they are currently sitting seventh in the Premiership, but they're into the finals of the Champions Cup, people. So before I continue, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow. A vast majority of the people that do watch my videos are not subscribed to my channel. So please hit that like button if you are enjoying the content and subscribe. Now, let's break it down, because this is sure to be an absolutely fire game. But it also adds a little bit of a question as to who's going to play, because we are going to be having the final come up. So Leinster, I'm still reeling from that game. So the Saints are still going to be having questions as to who to rest, who to play. They are going to want to be making sure that they have all the players ready that are going to be necessary for the game, because Bordeaux, they've just beaten Toulouse. They are no pushovers, especially when you have a player like BL Biarré, you have a player like Damien Penaud, you have a mastermind like Maxime Lucu, Jalibert. They are fire, right? So the Saints are going to be wanting to have all of their players fit and ready. I'm really hoping we are going to have a little bit more news in relation to George Furbank and his injury. Hopefully, George Furbank could be ready for this final. Oh my word, I would be in heaven. I would be in heaven. But we look at all the players, we are going to be wanting to see your Alex Mitchell, Finn Smith, Dingwall, Tommy Freeman, just the whole lot. We are going to want to be seeing everybody fit, ready. Henry Pollock needs to be on his game. Nothing. We need to be protecting Henry Pollock by all means necessary. I want to be seeing Droki, Warren Augustus. I want to see him fit, ready with fire. Leave the Saints in the best potential. Finish the season in the best possible way as a Champions Cup winner, and then move on with the rest of his career. But what a way he would end up leaving the Saints, hopefully helping them, clinch that cup and really putting out that name for himself. And if he does win the Champions Cup with the Saints, that's definitely going to be turning an eye to Rassi to say, look at what he's done. Look at the performances that he's put in. He deserves, I wouldn't even say he deserves a call up. He deserves to be in the conversation. And the way Augustus has been playing, I feel he definitely deserves to be in the conversation. So there are certain players that need to be protected. Iogun, he had such a beautiful and brilliant game, and another player that needs to be protected. So the Saints are really going to need to be working on their game. They're going to need to be careful, because the Chiefs are actually currently sitting in ninth, and honestly, I do feel like the Saints have kind of given up on the Premiership. Yes, they do have teams like the Saracens above them, but I don't feel that it's going to make that much of a difference to them. It's not like they are sitting within third, fourth place, gaining on second and first, right? They're the back end of the table. It is what it is. They've understand what their season's been like in the Premiership. All of the focus is now going to be going on to the final, getting preparations ready, keeping people fit, keeping people ready. So I do feel we are going to be seeing a very good portion of the A team ready to go. But I do also feel that we are going to be seeing a lot of the A team starting on the bench, getting a couple minutes here and there, playing some of the players that need a little bit more time under their belts, get them a little bit more game time, a little bit more development, because the Premiership is just what it is. It is no longer of a top priority. We are going to be seeing all of that focus now change to the finals. And if the Saints are able to play this right, if they're able to play their cards right, and recently in the Champions Cup, they have been playing phenomenally. Don't get me wrong, it would be lovely to see a win come through from the Saints for the Chiefs, just to set them up, for the rest of the season because they have been in such fantastic form. I would have wished that the Saints would have been able to continue have this form in the beginning of the season. But if there's ever a time that you want teams to be winning and coming into form, it is now. Back end of the season, this is where you're going to be wanting those big performances. You want to be seeing them perform very well in the Champions Cup. And again, this is where you want to be seeing things happen. You look at Leinster, they had such a phenomenal first half of the season and then breaking on into the second half. But then we started to see losses, Bulls, Scarlets, Saints, and things are starting to unravel for them. Whereas the Saints, they had such a horrible season so far, and there was a lot of back and forth, up and down. One day they're looking like champions, the next day looking like they schoolboy kids. So the Saints are coming into that form at a perfect time because now this gives them the best possibility, just the best possibility of winning the Champions Cup. Again, like I said, Bordeaux are not going to be easy. But is it possible? Yes. Have we seen them dominate more physically on more physical sides? Yes. But Bordeaux is going to be a completely different ball game because they run a fast game. And Maxime Lucu and Jalibert move the ball around the pitch so quickly, it is very hard to manage. But that's a video for another time. Back onto the Chiefs. We know how the Chiefs work. The Chiefs are not stupid. They are a very smart team. On the day, they are a very scary team as well. But it's going to come down to the Saints' management. How are they going to control the wide areas? How are they going to control the breakdown? And I'm pretty certain we are going to see Alex Mitchell and Finn Smith start. If Mitchell is allowed to play his game, to move the ball around the pitch, to work his lines, and then allow Finn Smith just to play that beautiful kicking game using those grubbers that he's so effective at doing, as we saw between Finn Smith and Tommy Freeman, to use that just like cutesy little balls here and there, the simple passes, working in that pocket, stepping back a little bit, bringing all the other players into the game, utilizing players like Dingwall, utilizing players like Tommy Freeman at their disposal. That is what you want. That is exactly what you want. And then if we do happen to get George Furbank back, oh my word, that would just be complete destruction. So I want to be seeing 18 players play, starting, coupled in with some youth, players that need a bit more game time, having more elite players on the bench, bringing them on for about 10, maybe 15 minutes of the game, just getting themselves warmed up, getting themselves back into the flow, playing a little bit of competitive rugby, and then just working their way in before that Champions Cup final, and then utilizing everything at their disposal, keeping their players fit, keeping their players warm, ready, match ready as well, because you look at French rugby, they are just redlining non-stop, play, 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 play. Their elites are playing at every single bloody game. And then we wonder why we see so many French teams everywhere, why we're seeing some of the best rugby being played by French. So Northampton needs to manage their team correctly. They do not have the depth like Toulouse or Leinster. They have amazing quality first team, but the substitutions and anybody outside of that generalized A squad is a relatively big step below where you would want them to be, right? So honestly, the Saints need to control the game. They need to allow Alex Mitchell to play his game, getting himself into that rhythm, and then letting Finn Smith work in that pocket. and then start just dishing out drama, dishing out damage to the Chiefs. So I am expecting a Saints win. I'm going to go Saints by a try and a penalty. So I'm going to be giving them a 10-point gap. And I do feel that this is going to be a 30 to 20. I'd say let's say 30-20 to the Saints, because this is going to be an interesting game. The Saints are a very scary team when it comes down to their defending, and I always get a little bit worried. So I am still expecting the Chiefs to put through quite a few good points past the Saints, but I do feel that the Saints are going to outscore them. So, guys, let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. Who do you think is going to win? Where do you think this game's going to be won? And if Saints win, going in with pure wins throughout until the Champions Cup final, injury free, we get the news George Furbank is back. Do you think the Saints can come away with a win? Because I do. Guys, let me know what your thoughts in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Bye.